Hello, I'm Kelly. Welcome to the Blackboard Kitchen where it is about to get spicy. We are working with jalapenos today. I have 3 pounds of jalapenos. About half of them are from my garden, about half of them are from the grocery store, because when I make pickled jalapenos, I like to make a lot all at once because, oh my goodness, we eat them with everything. And I also love to give some little jars away to friends and family as well. So let's get down to business. Here's what you need for this really simple, really quick pickled jalapeno recipe. We are working with equal parts vinegar and water. To that we will be adding sugar. I have just a cane sugar here. You can use granulated. Like I said, 3 pounds of jalapenos. And then we have our equipment. We'll need a cutting board, a knife. I like to have tongs nearby just in case, a bowl, a garbage bowl, a tablespoon. We're going to need our saucepan and of course a cooktop, and perhaps the most important equipment item of all, a pair of latex gloves. Now, the gloves are serious business. You don't want to leave home without them. I have absolutely made the near fatal error of working with jalapenos in massive quantities before without gloves. And you know, you just can't seem to stop touching your eyes. After that, it's like a spicy eye magnet, fingers to the eyes after working with the jalapenos. So we just avoid that. And we protect the eyes, we protect the skin by wearing gloves. Now, let's get down to it. We will be slicing these jalapenos up, and you have some options here, my friends. You have the choice to make it more spicy, make it less spicy. If you want it to be more spicy, then you can leave your seeds in. If you want it to be less spicy, then you can take them out. I'm gonna leave mine in. Number 1, because it's easier. Number 2, because I like them spicy. Now, my friends, there are plenty of ways that you can make pickled jalapenos. Some people like to make them just flat out pickled with no sweetness. That is not my culinary love when it comes to pickled jalapenos. I like them sweet and I like them spicy. I'm always so disappointed when I bite into a pickled jalapeno and it's all spice, no sweet, or it's the other way around. That's a disappointment. So for me, my jalapeno style is spicy and sweet. And we do that by leaving the seeds in and by adding sugar. So what I'm doing here is just getting the jalapenos ready, getting them sliced up. I slice off the tops and throw it in my garbage bowl, and then I take the rest of them and just slice them. Sometimes you might like them sliced really thinly, or you may prefer a more thick slice, or just something in between. Whatever it is, run your knife through them, get them ready. Because once they are all sliced up, then we will be stuffing them into our jars and topping them with a really simple brine. Let's take a break on our jalapeno slicing to talk about that brine. All right, so I'm going to get my cooktop heated to just a nice, easy, medium heat. I have 4 cups of water here, which I will add to my saucepan. And now I'm going to do 4 cups of vinegar. We do equal parts of our water and our vinegar. And a good rule of thumb is to do 1 cup of each liquid for each pound of jalapenos. Now, you may have heard I said I have 3 pounds of jalapenos, but I'm not doing 3 cups. I am doing 4 cups. And the reason for that is because I love this pickling liquid. It is fantastic. I always want to make sure I have plenty. and I like to have a little extra. I have been known to add carrots or onions or bell pepper to extra pickling liquid, and it is just as fantastic. And you know, I like to have options and to share them with you. Now for each cup of liquid that you did, so think about it like vinegar. For each cup of vinegar, we're going to do 2 tablespoons of sugar. So for me, because I did 4 cups of vinegar, that's going to be 8 tablespoons of sugar. That's number 4. Gotta keep track. 5. Just 2 more here. Now, of course, if you like your jalapenos more sweet, add more sugar. If you like them less sweet, add less. Very easy. Vinegar, water, sugar, we're in the pot. We're ready to roll. I'm gonna just add that over medium heat and let it come up to temperature while I keep slicing the jalapenos. I'm gonna get a few on the board here so that I can speed it up a little bit. And what will happen on the stove here is that liquid mixture is going to come to a boil. And as soon as it does, I'll be stirring it, making sure that the sugar dissolves. And then once the sugar has dissolved, it'll be ready. I'll probably let it boil for about 5 minutes, and then it will be ready, and we will pour it over the top of our jalapenos. For now, let's focus on getting that to a boil and getting these jalapenos chopped. That's it. My jalapenos are sliced. I've got all of the stems in the trash bowl. All right, we made pretty quick work of those 3 pounds of jalapenos. I'm gonna take off my gloves so that I don't touch more things than I already did with my spicy gloves, and just get that out of the way. All right, our liquid is still coming up to a boil. And so we're just gonna give that a little stir. The sugar is not yet dissolved, and that's gonna be one of the biggest things that will happen once it comes up to a boil there. Okay, let's clear our workspace. It's always so important to have a nice, clean space so that we just can kind of reduce the overwhelm and have good area in which to do our cooking. I'm using my pepper towel today. We're just getting spicy in all the ways. Okay, and there is that. We're going to get our jars ready now. I have a few different jars here. It's a combination of reused, recycled jars. I've got, you can tell that my family, it's a lot of strawberry jam. I've got the old jam jars, recycled jam jars. This one used to be a mayo jar, and then a huge canning jar as well. And we will pack our jalapenos into the jars. And then once our pickling liquid has come up to a boil, then we will be ready to pour that hot liquid onto the tops of all the jalapenos. And then the beauty of quick pickling is that we don't have to wait a month. We don't have to do a rigorous canning situation. You can, but that's not what we're doing here. Here we are doing something that's quick and easy and accessible for anyone with really minimal and budget-friendly ingredients. So let's get stuffing. All right, we are ready. Our liquid has had its time to boil and for the sugar to dissolve. So let's just pop a hot pad onto our counter so that we can protect our workspace and pull this over. Okay, so our jalapenos are all packed into their jars, and now it's as simple as pouring the liquid onto the jalapenos and then letting them sit. Okay, let's let's start with our big jar. Go nice and carefully. Just nice. I love this saucepan because it has this spout for pouring. Makes it extra easy. So we'll pour until we have just enough to cover. All right, okay. And now our little guys. So what I usually do with these peppers is I have the big jar, excuse me, jalapeno fumes as the hot liquid hits them. I usually keep the big jar in our fridge because, as I said, we eat these on everything. Breakfast burritos, tacos, quesadillas, rice bowls, sandwiches, eggs, omelets. There's a lot that you can put a delicious pickled jalapeno on. So the big jar will stay in our fridge, and then these little jars are so fun to give to people in your life who love spice. I mean, if you get a typical jar of pickled jalapenos at the grocery store or like at a little, I've seen them at like farmer stands or, you know, like apple orchards, things like that. I love to support those small businesses especially. I know they can be really expensive. I have bought many a jar for like $8 a jar. So what a fun gift it is to get a jar for you to be able to enjoy at home. People love them. Okay, I have a little bit of pickling liquid left, and I'm gonna set that to the side because I wanna be able to peel and slice up some carrots, and I'll do a jar just like this with my carrot sticks in and pour in the rest of my pickling liquid. What happens now is we'll leave the lids off because we want these to cool down. We can use our tool to push all of the jalapenos down into the liquid so that everything is submerged. Be careful not to overflow them because that liquid is really hot and you don't want to burn your hands. Just get everything tucked in to their sweet acidic little bed. I'll leave them on the counter to cool until the jar is cool to the touch. Then each jar will get its own lid. I'll write on the jar in a chalk marker what it is. I'll refrigerate them for a couple of days, and then they'll be ready to eat and they'll be ready to start gifting. Now you'll notice with these jalapenos that you do want to let them sit for a little bit. You can try them as soon as they're cool, give it a taste, but know that the flavor will continue to develop. The pickledness will continue to increase. They'll get softer, they'll get sweeter, they'll just get more delicious. So I usually wait for 4 to 7 days before really tucking in and enjoying them. After that though, they will stay covered, refrigerated for a month safely. All right, so this has been so much fun to make with you. I hope that you join me here for lots more easy pickling and quick garnish ideas. You can also head over to blackboardkitchen.com where you can see how I actually eat these and the recipes that I use them in. Can't wait to see you next time.